Well, welcome to again show. My name is Malik Linzonzo. Today we have a great show. If somebody was, stopped by to see us, her name is Dr. Remi Duyile. Is a seasoned mentor, global transformation leader, business owner, and influence strategist who are she is a passionate about helping people to maximize their potential. She's somebody I know personally because she holds some position here, political position here in Maryland. We're gonna have her today to tell us a little bit about why she's running. Welcome to our show, Dr. Remi. How you been doing?
I am doing amazing. Thank you so much, my brother, for all the great work that you do in the community. Your leadership is felt all over the world. Thanks for what you're doing. And I'm so excited and honored to be in your show today. Thank you very, very much. And we're doing well. Everything is moving forward. Our campaign is going well.
Absolutely. Listen, the pleasure is mine because this is something we've been waiting for a long time. And knowing what you've been doing in the community for years, it's been more than 10 years that I know you have been in this game in politics for 13 years as a Democrat, and all of this time I've been watching you. As a matter of fact, when I become the Diversity Leadership Council chair, that was actually after you hold that position, and I benefits so much from your experience and from your advice. You always been somebody who will always build things from ground up, and your mentorship means a lot for me. Today you are running, and I've run for the same position in D20 before. People just be wondering why you took so long and why now? Why are you running, first of all, and why now?
Why now? Why now? Thank you so much for those complimentary comments. And it's always a pleasure. The leadership role we hold in the community, we've served together. And I'm glad that we're going to take the service to another level. I am running for office because I believe I'm uniquely positioned to serve and to advocate for the residents of my district, District 23. I've been an engaged, like you said, an active member of the Prince George's County community for over 39 years, my brother. Over these years, I have had the opportunity to listen to the issues and the needs of residents. As a former vice president of a bank and a leader of a nonprofit foundation, which I founded, fighting for policies, legislation, and resources concerning economic development is of particular importance to my campaign and to me, and dealing directly as professional to resolving these issues has been something that I've come to know that I cannot just affect policy from the outside. I need to be on the inside. I want to make my 30 years of corporate and community service to advocate for resources to uplift community members who are struggling. I want to empower the owners of small and minority owned businesses. During the COVID-19 pandemic, my brother, already people are struggling from that COVID pandemic, struggling residents, and we are severely impacted. Of course, as always, the Black businesses across the nation experienced a 41% decline, according to an April 20 New York Federal Reserve report. That's unacceptable. This should not have been the case. And I want to ensure it never is in District 23, especially my district and the state of Maryland, by ensuring that I can be a voice for those most at risk of being underrepresented. My brother, that is why I'm running. And there's another reason that I'm running. I want to see more women representation in politics.
Women
Oh,
representation is
and
very
that is
important.
another reason.
You know, I didn't mean to cut you because we can stay here all night because I know what you have accomplished. You have accomplished in your life, and to my question of why now, it looks like the answer is even within the stuff that you were saying. You've been busy building the community, building not only yourself. I see you surrounding with around surrounded with people like Les Brown, because you also is you as a motivational speaker as well, right?
Yes, I am.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so you go around the community and trying to make it better, and there's no question. When in the community we're looking for some people qualified to do the job. I think you probably would be one of these people. Now, um, Montgomery County and the PG is kind of intertwined sometimes. We have the same people going back and forth in those communities. Do your experience in the community, do you think, you be the most appropriate? Because those other candidates, what make you believe that you are the person for this job?
sure. Thank you. Like I did in my introduction, I'm
Yeah.
uniquely qualified and I have been prepared all along. And as like you said, I've always been in the service space, whether it be it in corporate America, community development, civic education, all of those things has been what I have been doing. So now raising my hand to run now is not the first time I'm serving, because running for office is about service. I've been serving in various capacity just now that I'm raising my hand for an elected office. And the time is now, because when you sit back and see a lot of the experiences, a lot of the things that I know off and on stage that we can use to help, especially the small businesses, especially the underserved and the voiceless, it will behoove me to continually serve from the outside. I think it's worth it for those people and for myself to ensure that that knowledge that I've been given, that knowledge that I've earned, that knowledge that I've created by being a servant leader comes to the table. For the fact that in Prince George's County, we are the most affluent Black community, but a lot of things need to be enhanced. And that can only happen when other narratives, other voices of experience come to the table. I mean, predominantly, we are all Black and brown people, but predominantly, we all don't have the same level of experience. I am the most qualified candidate, if you ask me, not because just that I'm saying it. My experience shows it. My work shows it. Some people have experience; they don't have the work to show for it. I started a nonprofit foundation over 10 years ago because I saw the need for underserved community to be served. So I've never been an individual that waits for something to happen. I see myself as someone who can create possibilities because I have an almighty God who I anchor my strength in, and I know the needs of the people, and because I know the needs of the people and I've helped people solve problems, even as not an elected official, I can only do more to affect legislation, because legislations that are formulated, we all have to live by it, right? But if we're not at the table when these are formulated to influence it, it makes it difficult because we have to live with it. But we wouldn't have the say so at the table. Who can say, yes, they've been an entrepreneur? Check. Professional corporate setting, being a vice president, check. Being a successful mother, check. Successful wife, check. A woman who can create and be an influence strategist, check. A mentor, check. An adjunct professor or person who
Ooh.
I'm an adjunct professor at an HBCU. I take my knowledge to the classroom to impact my emerging leaders because I love them to you know what, because I know they have greatness in them. Nobody can say that they have all of this. And the things that I'm doing, I'm not just saying things that I'm doing. I nonprofit, we hold things that are beyond measures for an ordinary nonprofit. We hold job fair, business development forum, global summits that we don't even charge anyone. We ask for sponsors and we let people come, because I know the more narratives we can get from all of ourselves, the better my county would be. It's not about me, it's about the county, it's about us bringing the right voices to the table so that our school systems can be better again. I will go to Annapolis and fight for funding to ensure that our public school systems are better than it is now. And I will be on that army of holding people accountable. When the funds are fought for, accountability will clearly be mandatory in my own leadership style. And walking together, I can walk across my brother, we connected through Montgomery County. I don't even live in Montgomery County. My church is in Montgomery County. I have been a servant leader in Montgomery County at the same time as Prince George's County because of the possibility of collaborations of meeting various leaders in the community. That's the same tenacity that I will bring to Annapolis to ensure and to open up that the world is a global village and that Africa is ready for business also. I want to take it personal for a minute, if you let me. The minority businesses need to expand. And where better can they expand to than their own continent? Because we are all origin of Africa, whether those who came before us and those who we met here, we're all one and the same. But we've got to be able to bring that narrative, bring someone who have the authenticity and the knowledge to say, you know what, we can do this together. So that's what I'm taking there, to open the eyes of people to see that until Prince George's County and the state of Maryland aligns with the diversity that's uniquely positioned, we're not going to be that trailblazing state, that trailblazing county and city and so forth. And the best way to do that is to bring the true diversity, not checking off diversity, but doing it in a way, in an intentional way, whereby we can open up Africa as a gateway. We can open up other areas as gateway for business development so that our small businesses don't have to suffer. COVID shut down a lot of things, my brother, but the world is not shut down. And America is still the leading power everywhere. Everyone that I know, especially on the continent and around the globe, they love a piece of America because we're a great leader. So I, as Remi Duyile, being in Annapolis as a delegate, I have seen it. I've walked in international, I've walked locally, I've walked at the community level. I will be able to let them see it's not just Googling and talking. They are ready-made initiatives that we would leverage to ensure that we open up the state of Maryland, we open up the county, so that our small businesses can grow and they can thrive and they can get over this COVID. People's businesses are getting shut down. Other people need what we have. So we've got to be able to see, how do we do that marriage? And the best person for that job is myself, because economic inclusion and empowerment is so critical. Without economic empowerment, former banker in me tells me there's nothing you can do without money. Even the Holy Book says money answereth all things. So we're going to create economic inclusion and provide workforce and small business development so that trainings and so many things can be created for our community, and by vice versa, leveraging global settings. I mean, we have the skills. We can leverage and help our small businesses grow, get cheaper labor from other places and leverage it over here, or find ways. Technology is very click of a button, you're there, creating relationships. So I, as a delegate, would ensure that we make global business opportunity a thing that people can feel and touch and do, not just excitement that somebody wants to check off on their bucket list that they are doing. We want to see it, and we will measure by what is in their wallet. What do you make? Not about who came to talk to you. That is where I would be coming. And I had the privilege of serving for a year at SBA, Small Business Administration, where I worked on the books of the 8A. So that also opened me up to opportunities that small businesses can enjoy. And I see few of Black and brown people taking advantage of such things. But by me being there and seeing these experiences, it will help our office to be able to better align and help our developing and upcoming communities to do better than what we are doing now. And especially for our youth, being an adjunct professor, I am in the classroom, affecting them in the classroom to the marketplace. And I bring practicality to my teaching. I teach finance, personal finance, and all we talk about is financial literacy. So, I mean, who better can you have that is a delegate that would not just be someone that will go and learn on the job? Yes, I will learn some things on the job, but I bring a lot to the job because I did my on the job training for so many years in so many capacities that I've served.
Listen, I've have many interview on this platform. I have so many people running for office coming to talk to me. I can tell you is that all of this check that check to the point where I didn't know that and there was some boxes that didn't even exist, but you checked all of them. When it comes to qualify. That's why at the top of this conversation, I was just telling people, listen, yeah, this is no joke here. When it comes to experience and what do you bring to the table, that question should never even ask to you, because whatever you bring to the table is not just, it's beyond, it's beyond the requirement. So this is not a matter of um, if you get elected. For me, is when you get elected and you be a part of you be a part of the elected officials in Annapolis. What will be the committee will you be comfortable with? Because some people will only walk on one leg. They will tell you that I will be in financial, I'll be in education. You are most flexible when it comes to those committees, so you understand the job is better before you even get there. So what will be the committee in Annapolis, the committee that you will feel more comfortable to be a part of?
Sure. And you said it all, that if I say, oh, this, and that, I can thrive in any committee. But clearly speaking, the Economic Inclusion Committee would definitely fit my status quo. I'm the safety, the community safety section. Without the safety and the lack of public safety that we don't enjoy, when people have lack of safety, is because there's a lot of hopelessness in the area of economics. That's why people sit and think about perpetrating nothing but bad stuff. But we're going to work together with the legal and every other public service agent to see how can we help to create economic empowerment. The state's attorney of my county endorsed me. And one thing she said, and I paraphrase, is that I endorsed Remi, not because you all see Remi now. I've known Remi for a long time. Remi has served in so many capacities in the area of economics, business, and so forth. She said, I am an attorney and a fine one as that, but I don't know business. That doesn't mean she doesn't know business, but what she meant is that she will not have more solutions to business because she's legally oriented, but I bring economic solutions to the plate. So being on a platform whereby I'm even with the safety, with community safety, I could see me thriving in that, because I am convinced beyond a shadow of doubt that if we enhance the grassroots and give them opportunities and enable them to understand the opportunities, is one thing to create, is one thing to understand. My brother, you know how some things can be amazing situation whereby people say, do this, and you look at it and you're like, huh? Even at us that are always everywhere. So we are going to be deliberate. If we have to hold hands, we will do it. We will support nonprofit that will be able to help up and coming entities and individuals to understand the policies, the procedures, the programs that are out there, so that nobody is left behind. Because as long as we continue to leave ourselves behind, then safety will not be, we will not enjoy any safety, because people will continue to grow hopelessness. But my own setting will be such that in such a setting, I can see me thriving. You can say, well, you're not a lawyer, you're not a public, I am. I know the root of problems. Money is the root of problems. If people cannot feed their family, if they cannot get engaged, there's so many jobs out there. Technology is out there. How do we get people to be integrated into things like this, even if they don't have their full college degree yet? So my office will ensure that we leverage our network. We're already building partnerships with technology companies, with the big names and the small names, and with our emerging leaders who are techies, who know and have found solutions. For instance, my son is a big technology person who has been creating solutions to see how to demystify the hidden agenda that is in software product management, and so many other young leaders. So we're in discussions with them to see how do we hit the ground running, so that everyone, especially our young leaders, we can start engaging them about technology, not just saying STEM and just make it as an acronym. What are the deliverables that they can begin to see and imbibe? And they are doing it. The young people are doing it. So we're going to partner with such people and align them to see what the solution is. Until we create financial independence, it will be difficult for safety to abound. And I'm ready to work in such settings. Definitely economic, public education funding, and definitely safety. Safety.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We definitely want you to get into that education side, because the education formula in Annapolis is kind of tricky. You have to put your hands into that. Listen, we're gonna take a quick break because this is so important. Everything you're saying. When we come back, I want you to bring to the table your global business opportunities, skills, and experience, and to see how can you tie, for a long time. There's a lot of leaders that continue to leave Africa behind, in all the potential and the ability, the possibility, the potential that we have here in America to deal with. To do business with Africa. So when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about that. If you just join us now, and keep in mind, we are with Dr. Remi Duyile, who is running for delegate in district. I think the district what
23.
23, district 23. So we will be right back after this break.
Gaboma and Friends of Gabon. The end of 2021 calls for a celebration. December 17th. Join us in Washington, D.C. for this year's gala dinner, celebrating Gabonese heritage and culture. Indulge in Gabonese cuisine. Entertainment by Diaspora finest DJ Fly. Artistic performance by Gabonese talent group Tapala. And a special guest, La Regarde. Hurry, seats are going fast. Visit thegalagabon.com and get your ticket today. Doors are open at 7 p.m. Dress to impress. Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to put that African attire on and become a part of the tradition. Again, visit thegalagabon.com to get your ticket today. I see you on December 17th at 7 p.m.
All right. If you join us now, just like I said, you are watching, this very special presentation. We have Dr. Remi Duyile running for Delegate District 20, and she is telling us, if you were not here, just make sure this program will be available on YouTube, Twitter, and then Facebook, because whatever my friend and sister was saying before, you got to listen to her. So we're back here. Let's talk a little bit about, why this is a time for America to really, open its eyes and realize that, they've been leaving so much potential on the table. It's time to start doing business in a very, very aggressive way with Africa. And your experience will be really, really, really important in what you're going to be doing in Annapolis. Tell us a little bit about your global business opportunity experience.
Sure. From a business perspective, the world is a global village right now, if you ask me. A click of a button, you are dialoguing with someone, and before you know it, you nurture the relationship. During COVID, a lot of things were done virtually. So I know that at this time, eyes and attention is on other markets, especially Africa. And I believe that as a delegate who will be in Annapolis, who is also an African born, one thing that's critical is you need to engage and respect each other's culture. There's got to be a cultural renaissance whereby people understand the value I'm carrying, the reason why I'm acting the way I'm acting. So there will be a lot of I don't want to, I mean, emancipation or things that will get us to know each other's culture.
But
Because
what about cultural literacy? I think that's what you're trying to talk about. Talk about the cultural literacy. It's
yeah,
important. This is
culture,
emerging.
yes,
We all have to be that responsibility to learn
yes,
about the surrounding
yes,
people around us. Yes, of course.
yes. It's our responsibility to educate ourselves so that we all understand the cultural literacy that is needed. Because when you understand the culture and you understand someone, people do business with people they like and trust. So if
Absolutely.
you don't know somebody, you can't even like them, talk less of trusting them. So the first thing will be that cultural education, which will be in a fun, loving way, whereby we're talking about trade mission. We're talking about not just talking about it in a way of theory, but having a way for people to understand the possibilities, leveraging with the diplomatic corps in the area. They have their trade and investment attaches. They're representing their nations here in America. So we are going to leverage this, the Office of the Secretary of State, which I also happen to be the secretary for the sister state for the state
Mm,
of Maryland. So I
mm,
understand the power of what they do. So in addition to us as legislators, some legislators probably have never heard of sister state. They've never heard of, they heard of Secretary of State. But what does the Secretary of State office do? A lot of people don't know that. I know that. I know that by the virtue of my experience. So what
mhm,
we're going to do is to make it more visible for people to know, because when people know more, they're going to do better. And when they see that they're doing better, is about growing the economies of our country here in America, of our state, of our county, people will shape in. So I think that cultural literacy is very critical, and to ensure that everybody knows the importance. And secondly, to let people know that their diaspora are their gold mine. We all are diaspora. Some of us came 40 years ago, some of us came 10 years ago, but we come with wealth of knowledge. We come with experience. We come with different ideologies, and we have been trained here in America. So our training has resulted in us being doctors, lawyers, bankers, vice presidents, techie people, you name it. So now we need to stop and say, you know what? We are all one. We're all in oneness. How can we take the good from all once we understand where everybody's coming from? And then we have to value ourselves. So the cultural education will also lead to us valuing ourselves. Vice versa, the African Americans who were here before we came, us valuing them, because if they didn't come and create the wave and wait for us to have place somewhere to come to, you and I won't be anywhere near here.
no,
So we've
no.
got to always recognize that value of what they have done to pay the price. Now we come on board now. It's important that we connect and say that yes, some of us are just coming, but we're
And
coming.
recognize that this the pain and suffering to make
Yeah.
this place all good for all of us.
Yes. And then once we start seeing ourselves from that perspective, our hearts will start connecting. Remember, now we all have this education. Sometimes that could be a problem because everybody's trying to prove that they're this, they're that, and that. And at the end of the day, we're not communicating. We are not each other's competition at all. We just need to learn how to work together. So my global knowledge, as a matter of fact, I have a global conference that we do annually that's coming up in 2 weeks. It's virtual. What we have done is be able to bring people together, and they're beginning to see that collaboration is more possible when you understand what is needed through networking, through relationship building. We're having different voices that will be together. And what we did last year, we ended up with the Legacy Global Leadership Academy, an online course that we have now. We also have something else that's about to be unfolded that day. So people are beginning to see that we are together. So globalization is here to stay. But
Yeah,
cultural efficiency is very important, and validating each other and together saying, okay, now let's throw all the cards out. These are the
absolutely.
areas of need, and let's begin to see who brings the value. So we don't see each other as an outsider. I can't live here for 40 years and you still see me as an outsider. And somebody who was born 25 years ago, who wasn't even around when I got here, will see me as an outsider. So Such a behavior would not be acceptable. Vice versa, I can come here and say, oh, I'm better than you because you're this.
Better than
No,
you.
we've got to cleanse our mindset. And when we do that, we are going to make progress. And our young leaders are already doing it, if I may say that, and I'll stop. Our young leaders, our emerging leaders, the millennials, the Gen Zs, they're already going around and making things happen. They are doing cultural awareness. They're interested in seeing things beyond America, and they are taking their technology skills, they're taking their skills globally. So they are already trailblazing. So we need to find a way as government, as agencies, to make it easier, because they are doing it without us. I know a handful of them who are making things happen. They have nothing to do with government, but we can leverage on such platforms to ensure that we have this cultural woke, is what they call it. They say they are culturally woke. That's what my millennials tell me, that we are culturally woke. So they are not into all this. All they're thinking about is, how do we make things better? Social enterprise.
Moving forward. Listen, one of our viewers here, potentially one person who's supporting your campaign, saying hello to you. Her name is Leticia Guerin on the screen. She's saying hello to you. Hello to you, Leticia. Whatever you are, it's good to starting the supporters or pouring starting to come in, and that's good. We have to put our money where our mouth is, and there's no better person, and take that for me. Not to say that we're not open to anybody that is campaigning against you. This platform is a global platform. You can come and talk about what you have, whatever. We're not close. We are open to everybody. Everybody have a fair chance here. And I'm just saying that this lady here, this young lady here, I know her personally. I know her ethics. I know her work, a body of work. So it's somebody you can trust. Take that from me. Listen, your 30 minutes was well organized, and I think you took advantage of it, a good advantage of it. What we're gonna do is to give you some time to kind of your conclusion. Tell us a little bit, wrap it up, and remind the people that are gonna be voting for you, in a few words, why you think you're the best candidate.
Sure. Thank you, first of all, for giving me this platform. And thanks to the listeners and audience that will listen later for joining us. The reason why I believe you should vote for me is, number one, I have the heart of service. I've been a servant leader for almost 40 years and still counting. I've been in corporate setting. I've been in community setting, creating initiatives that have come to manifestation. So now when I'm there on the table in Annapolis, being part of legislation, I am a doer, not just a talker. I will be someone who you can count on all the way to the bank, and know that whatever we want and you have sent me there to do is what will be done. And I would not sell my soul for any reason, and that we will take care of whatever issues that I have articulated. Public school funding, fighting for that. Education is very pivotal to me as an educator. Again, small business development, I'm one of you. I understand the pain and gain of small business. So I will ensure that we leverage the resources that are there and create more resources. And I ask you that you look nowhere else but me. And you can check me out on my website, which is www.voteremiduyile.com, www.voteremiduyile.com. Please follow me, ask me questions. We're doing meet and greets. Let me know if you want me to come to your community. We need all hands on deck. We need your money. We need the manpower. We need your prayers. We've got this, guys. We have this. There's a vacancy. So we have this. Everyone else running and new in the game. So there's we have only one incumbent, and everybody else is new, and they are new, and they're being supported by the establishment, which is the status quo, people who just pick people and handpick. No more. Prince George's County is not a coronation center. It's not a coronation center where you can just handpick somebody and crown them. It's gone. Those days are done and gone forever. So we're going to fight it. We're going to work hard for you and occupy a seat. Guys, all I need is a seat to represent you. And I know with your vote, we need about 10,000 plus votes. I know we can make that happen. So please tell your neighbor, tell your friends, and just continually see how you can support us. Phone banking, knocking on doors. We need you. We need you. Thank you so much for this platform, and God bless you and the work that you do.
My sister, my friend, listen, thank you so much for coming. I think it's all, like they say, it's always good to hear from the horse mouth. You know, you're no longer gonna say I didn't know about this woman. You know, she come up here and tell you almost everything she stand for. So now the time is for you guys to stand up and support her with all your energy, your money, everything you can possibly can, because it's always good to send the right people for the right job. You know, she deserves to be in Annapolis to represent her. Thank you again for coming.
Thank
Looking
you.
forward to see you the day of victory. Come back here to
Amen.
tell our viewers that we made it to Annapolis, and we're gonna keep our eyes on your campaign. I look forward to speak with you again. Tell everybody that want to be on a show, so that the show is open for everybody. It's a democracy. This is not only reserved for certain people. It's open for everybody. So again, I look forward to speak with you another time. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. God bless you. Thank you, listeners. God bless you all.
Absolutely. Well, that concludes our show for today. Like I say, remember this name is somebody that you have to put faith in. This lady have done so much. I think this is about the time that she go and put her experience on the table and serve us the best she possibly can. So that was our show for today. My name is Malik Lenzanzo, and I will talk to you next time.